Chapter 2. Formatting in Word Documents. This chapter covers paragraph formatting, how to copy formatting, application of superscript and subscript effect, finding the text, replacing the text, creating common header and footer, editing header or footer, how to insert column and column break, working with tab, working with indents, setting page margins, adjusting paragraph spacing, setting paper orientation, setting paper size, previewing a document, printing a document. Paragraph formatting. Letter writing, paragraph, stories, assignment work, etc. are done on MS Word for neat and clean work. This chapter will help us in text adjusting, etc. Formatting paragraph allows us to change the look of the overall document. Paragraph formatting basically covers the following: paragraph alignment, line spacing, border and shading, bullets and numbering. Let us learn about some of the different formatting options available in Word 2010. How to copy formatting. Having written the text, the user has to format it. The user can format text the way he wants it. If he likes another portion of the document to have the same formatting, he can copy the formatting. To copy the formatting, the user does the following steps. Select the text with the formatting the user wants to copy. Click the Format Painter in the Clipboard group on the Home tab. Here, the mouse pointer turns into a paintbrush. It looks strange. Apply the copied format by selecting the text and clicking on it.
Ctrl plus Shift plus C for copy format. Ctrl plus Shift plus V for paste format.
Keynote. To apply format to more than one item, double-click on the Format Painter button and apply the format. Clear text formatting. Let us know how to do it. Select the text by which you wish to clear the formatting. Click on the Clear Formatting option in Font group of Home tab. Thus, clear formatting takes place to clear text. Application of superscript and subscript effect. In mathematics, science, and other numerical work, we have to write numbers upper or lower in position. So superscript and subscript options are available for doing so. So, they refer to numbers that are positioned slightly higher or slightly lower than the text on the line. For example, a footnote or endnote number reference is an example of superscript, and a mathematics formula might use subscript text. A square minus B square, superscript. CO2, subscript. H2SO4, C6H12O6, A square plus B square plus 2AB, etc. are written with the help of superscript and subscript options. Writing text with superscript and subscript. It is very comfortable and useful when we operate superscript and subscript. Let us know how it is done. Select the text that you want to format as superscript or subscript. Click on the superscript on the Home tab in the Font group, or click on the subscript on the Home tab in the Font group.
To superscript text, press Ctrl plus Shift plus equal to. To subscript text, Ctrl plus equal to.
Finding the text. We sometimes forget the word where it is. In such condition, we must follow some steps to find a word in the current document. Click on Home tab. Click on the Find button in the Editing group on Home tab. In the Find Word box, write the text that you want to search for. Do any one of the following. Click Find Next to find each instance of a word. Click on More to check or uncheck box for the following options. Search all. Sometimes we have to look for different documents when we miss them. Then search entire document or selected text. Search down. It starts at insertion point and moves towards the end of the document. Search up. It starts at insertion point and moves back towards beginning in the document. Match case. It matches exact case of letters in text starting of find what text box. Letters are matched exactly in uppercase and in lowercase. Find whole words only. It skips text string embedded within other words. It is done during search. All these operations are very useful for the real job work. They must be understood well. It is very common that the operator has to replace the text time to time in need. Let us know how the steps are done one by one. Replacing the text. Click on Replace on the Home tab in the Editing group. Click on the Replace tab duly. Here in the Find Word box, write the text that you want to search for. In the Replace With box, write the replacement text. Having done all these things, we must do as directed below. First, click on Find Next to find the next occurrence of the text. Secondly, click on Replace to replace an occurrence of the text. Having clicked on Replace, Word 2016 moves to the next occurrence of the text. At last, click on Replace All to replace all occurrences of the text perfectly.
When we select the Match Case checkbox, MS Office Word 2016 searches only for words. These words match the case of the word or phrase that we write in the Find Word box. For instance, if we search for Delhi, the result includes Delhi but not Delhi.
Creating common header and footer. For drafting the documents, there is need of showing formal look. We can display information in header and footer such as page numbers, date or title. First, we have to decide where we have to put information in the header at the top of the page or in the footer at the bottom of the page. Follow the steps as mentioned below. Click on the Insert tab on the ribbon. Click on Header or Footer. The built-in dialog box displays. Now choose a style. Here, choose the information that we like to have in the header or footer like date, time, page numbers, etc.
Fact figure. Many of the footer designs in the gallery of footers already include the page number as part of the content. Keynotes. We can also format the text in the header or footer by selecting the text and using the formatting options on the mini toolbar, which is a part of the Microsoft Office Fluent in
Editing header or footer. After creating a header or footer, we should know how to edit it. Click on the header or footer on the Insert tab in the Header and Footer group. Click on Edit Header or Edit Footer. Here, the Header Footer Design tab displays on the ribbon. Now, write text or insert graphics and other content by using the options in the Insert group on the Design tab under the Header and Footer Tools tab. At last, click on Close Header and Footer button on the Design tab or double-click on the document to close the Header and Footer toolbox. How to insert column and column break. Sometimes the text is needed to write in columns. The columns may be 2 or 3 in numbers. When we type a document, it shows on the screen in single column style or paragraph style. If we wish to format the document in newspaper style, MS Word enables us to create 2 or more columns in the document. It is necessary to know adjusting text in columns. Inserting column. This process is compulsory to know who are doing publishing text. Let us know the steps of inserting column as directed here. Click on the columns of the Layout tab in the Page Setup group. A drop-down menu displays the choices of columns. Click on the layout that you want to use. Now the document is formatted in columns.
Do you know? On the Layout tab in the Page Setup group, click Columns and click More Columns. Click the layout that you want. To add a vertical line between the columns, click Columns again, click More Columns, and then select the line between checkbox. You can also adjust the columns width and spacing.
Inserting column break. While doing work on a page, the user sometimes has to break it up to change style or make it more clear. Let us know how to insert it one by one. Place the cursor before the text where you want to insert column break. Click on the Layout tab and then click on Breaks drop-down arrow on the Page Setup group. Click on the column, thus the column breaks. Working with tab. While writing the text in the form of a paragraph, in this condition, a tab is used. We have to go directly to some particular word. Actually, a tab stop in word processing terms is to jump the cursor. It moves from one position to another when we press the tab key on our keyboard.
Fact figure. Left tab stop sets the initial position of text. Then it will run to the right as we write. Center tab stop sets the position of the middle of the text. The text centers on this position as we write. Right tab stop sets the right end of the text. As we type, the text moves to the left.
When we use this option, we can easily create a table of contents or an index without setting a single tab stop. Let us know its steps orderly. Click on the Paragraph dialog box launcher on the Group of Page Layout tab. Click on the Tabs button in the Paragraph dialog box. When you want to set a tab stop, we have to write in a number in the text box below the tab stop position. Press Set button. We can set the tab stop positions at 2, 4 and 5 centimeters from the left hand side. Let us know it well orderly. Enter 2 in the tab stop position text box. Click on the Set button. Enter 4 in the tab stop position text box. Click on the Set button duly. This time, enter 6 in the tab stop position text box. Click on the Set button. Click the OK button when you have finished.
Fact figure. When we press the tab key, the tab will stop across the page at the distance that we specified.
Working with indents. Sometimes the user has to move entire paragraph or a line to some specific place. It may be from the left or the right side. In this condition, indent button is used. We should know how it is done systematically. Select the paragraph to be indented. Click on the indent buttons to control the indent. Click on the indent button repeated times to increase or decrease the size of the indent.
Fact figure. An indent is the amount of space between the text and the page margin. We can adjust the indent for an individual paragraph, a group of paragraphs, or the margin for the entire document.
Adjusting paragraph spacing. It is very important thing to know adjustment of paragraph spacing. There may not be need of adding extra line spacing. Additional space can be added before and after paragraphs by adjusting the paragraph spacing. This is very useful when we want the blank line to be at different height from the text. We must know well how to adjust paragraph space orderly. Select the paragraph or place the cursor inside the paragraph. Click on the Home tab in the Paragraph group. Click on the drop-down arrow next to Paragraph group. Here, the Paragraph dialog box appears as shown below. Select the Indents and Spacing tab of Paragraph dialog box. Under the Spacing section, in the Before and After text boxes, write the amount of space to set before and after the paragraph spacing. Click on OK. Thus, the adjustment of paragraph spacing is done.
Fact figure. To quickly adjust line spacing, click anywhere in the paragraph. Then in the Home tab in the Paragraph group, click the Line Spacing button and adjust quickly.
Setting page margins. While writing the formal document, The setting of page margins is done duly. Actually, page margin is the blank space around the edges of the page. In general, you can insert text and graphics in the printable area between the margins. However, we can position some items in the margins like headers, footers, page number, etc. How to change or set page margins? The user sometimes has to change page margin according to its need. Setting of the page makes the margin formal. It looks beautiful. Change of the page margin can be done by following the steps given below. Click on the margin on the Layout tab in the Page Setup group. Then, click on the margin type that we want. Finally, click on Normal, the most common margin width. When the needful margin type is clicked, our entire document automatically changes to the margin type that we have selected already. It must be done skillfully. How to specify exact margin? Exact measurement margin is compulsory when the media work is done. With this, we can also specify our own margin settings. We must know all the steps of these processes one by one as directed here. Click on Page Layout tab, then click on the drop-down arrow of Page Setup group. A Page Setup dialog box will appear. Enter new values for the margin in the top, bottom, left and right. Setting paper orientation. In this condition, we have to choose either portrait or landscape orientation for all or part of the document or text. Follow steps as directed here. In the Page Setup of Page Layout tab, click on the orientation. Click on Portrait or Landscape. Thus, the user can find well-set paper with vertical or horizontal denomination. Setting paper size. The computer user has to face a little problem. It is related to the need of size of paper. The document is sometimes smaller or sometimes bigger. It means we can work with different sizes of paper in MS Word. We can select the paper size. The size is located in our printer in the Page Setup dialog box. Here, the settlement of the page gives output. It is not measured as per the requirement the document looks back. No one can bear it for proper use. Let us know it step by step as directed here. Click on the arrow in the Page Setup group only. Here, the Page Setup dialog box is displayed duly. Click on the Paper tab. Click on the arrow in Paper Size and select the desired paper size. Finally, click on OK. Thus, the paper size is set. Previewing a document. Having completed the work on document, the user sees its actual result. So, preview of document is done to find the good output. It is easy to preview what the layout will look like when printed without actually printing. The print image displayed on the screen is called the print preview. Let us know how it is done. Click on the File button, then point at Print and then click on Print Preview. Here, a print preview of the document is displayed in actual form. Preview of document before printing it must be done to avoid any spoilage of printout. The size of the document can be made either smaller or bigger. We can increase the display size and fit the display to the screen in Print Preview. The commands related to the display of Print Preview are grouped in Zoom on the Print Preview tab. We can understand it well by studying the information given below. So look at the table for the names and roles of the commands displayed on the ribbon. Zoom. It opens the Zoom dialog box. We can set the zoom settings of the Print Preview. 100%. It displays the print preview at 100%. One page. It zooms the document so that an entire page fits in the window. 2 pages. It zooms the document so that 2 pages fit the window. Page width. It zooms the document so that the width of the page matches the width of the window. Printing a document. It is remarkable to know how printout is taken out. The completed document is usually printed. So, after having finished checking and adjusting the print layout, we can start the actual printing. Let us know its process, how it is done step by step. Click on the File button, point at Print, and then click on Print option. Here, the Print dialog box is displayed. Click on the drop-down arrow in the name box to select the attached printer. Enter the number of copies in the Number of Copies box. Click on the OK to print the document. Thus, the printout process is completed and printout is taken.